A girl is showing a house to a man so that he can rent it, and after few minutes, she starts to seduce him in her old ways so that he quickly says yes to this house. That man also starts getting influenced by her words, and gradually the atmosphere becomes heated. But when Palma asks him to transfer money first, the man tries to come close to her. Dr. Robert is watching all these things sitting on a monitor in his hospital. Still, he didn't take any action. Over there in the house, the atmosphere gets heated, and the man starts forcing himself on her a bit because she wasn't coming close to him. During this scuffle, Palma's wig accidentally comes off. Now her secret is out. The man realizes that she was playing a fake game with him. Then he starts using his physical force. During the struggle that started there, Palma also tries to apply her strength, but the man has a counter for everything she does. However, things go wrong when he pulls a sharp knife out of his pocket. Suddenly, she kicks him with some force, and he crashes into the corner of a table. Because of this, the back of his head gets badly injured, and blood starts flowing like water out of it. Seeing this act, the man gets so angry that this time he drives that very knife into Palma's neck and keeps stabbing her over and over. But thankfully, right at that moment, the doctor comes from behind and injects her with a sedative, making her unconscious. But Palma now wants to get out of there. She keeps saying repeatedly that it is not her fault. Yet, drenched in blood, Palma could only take a few steps forward with the support of a wall, unable to go very far. When she opens her eyes a few hours later, she finds herself on a hospital bed. Robert is standing nearby. It is clearly visible on his face that he knows everything, which Palma also senses. So she starts saying that the man was trying to do something wrong with her, which is why she did it in self-defense. In the next scene, we see another girl showing a second house to another man. Actually, she is a real estate agent, and this is her profession. But today, she looks a bit different. She feels like doing something else, which you can understand by looking at her expressions. Again and again, she goes close to that man, trying to seduce him. The man also doesn't understand properly at first, but when he sees the signals coming completely in his direction, he realizes that he should take his foot off the brake now. As the girl comes closer to him, the man also keeps coming closer to her. And finally, they seal the deal on this, meaning he is now going to take this house on rent for 6 months for $100,000. He tells the girl that he will transfer the money after coming tomorrow, hearing which she gets annoyed and says that she did so much inside just to hear this. She gives him an offer to transfer the money right now and bring all his luggage here in a little while she brings some more gifts for him, and then both of them will shift comfortably. The man hits the jackpot. Immediately, he takes out his phone and transfers the money in a flash. The real game happened with him when he reached with his luggage in the evening and found the real owner of the house standing outside the gate. This guy is also confused. "Hey brother, who are you? I have already rented this house." The owner's reply was, "Brother, I am the owner here. Who are you?" The man explains that he rented this house from the agent just today. Immediately, he calls that same girl. But Guru, exactly what we suspected from the beginning happened here. For higher expectations, the girl proved to be way too expensive for him. The man got scammed and returned home clutching his forehead. You saw what happened to both girls together, but who are they? What is their identity? That same girl is celebrating today's victory with her partner at a club. There, her partner Grazia gets intimate with her. Both of them are actually a couple, dating each other for the last 3 years and doing a kind of work that nobody has a clue about yet. Actually, both of them pose as fake real estate agents to trap rich people in their webs, or they take someone's house on rent and then, in their absence, sell it to someone else and flee. They have tasted quite a bit of success in this work, but the next morning when Grazia checks her laptop, she finds an email from a girl named Daisy telling her that she wants to rent a house. Wait a minute, they haven't told anyone yet that they are real estate agents. Grazia gets suspicious and, applying her thief brain, tracks the IP address of that email. Then she finds out that this mail has been sent from the Manhattan police station, meaning someone has found out about them but hasn't been able to reach them yet. Palma gets scared and says that they should quit this work now and settle down by getting married because they now have a good amount of savings. But Grazia explains to her that she is unnecessarily scared. They have become smart now. No one can catch them so easily. After the chat, they go out to buy some groceries. During the online hunting, Grazia finds a new house. She finds out that this house is in classic Brooklyn, which is a very posh area of New York. Palma finds out about the owner and learns that he is a doctor. Dr. Robert is a very famous neurosurgeon in the world. He wanted to rent out the bottom floor of his house. So what next? Palma Palma sets off. On the other hand, we see the doctor who has just come out after performing a surgery. He tells Dawn, who works with him, that he has successfully infused the information of a living animal's brain into another dead animal, thereby succeeding in bringing a dead animal back to life. That is why now he wants to do this thing in humans as well. But Dawn flatly refuses him for this work because this is not an ordinary thing. They will need government approval to do so, which is very difficult to get. Dr. Robert returns home disappointed, where he meets Palma, who wants to rent this house. Due to her nice nature and beauty, the doctor agrees within a short time. He explains that this house belonged to his wife, but after her departure, this house pinches and haunts him, which is why he wanted someone else to guard it. He stays out most of the time. Palma realizes that he is a quite lonely person, and when she hears that he stays out of the house most of the time, she hits the jackpot. After he leaves, she calls Grazia and tells her that this house is now under her control. She knows everything from the entry passwords to the location of the cameras, so she will start work from tomorrow. Saying this, she cuts the call and then comes outside to either cut or redirect all the cameras installed in that house one by one so that the doctor has no way of knowing what she is doing. But Robert is 2 steps ahead of her. He sees this happening while sitting at the hospital because he gets a notification immediately as Palma touches the camera. Still, he didn't take any action because he had a major operation coming up and wanted to focus more on that. The next day, Palma transforms herself into the avatar of a real estate agent and names herself Muli. She even puts a board outside that the house is for rent. Slowly, people start coming, but no one likes the furniture of the house, so everyone goes back. Palma gets very angry as to why it is taking her so much time, but she keeps at it because she is sure of making big money since the house is very large. After this, whatever happened the next day, you already saw at the beginning of the story. Now, let's see what happened next. So Palma tells him to let her go and that it is not her fault, but Robert says that he knows everything. She wanted to rent out his house and then flee. For this act of hers, Palma also begs for forgiveness, but Robert is not in any mood to forgive. He says in clear words that she will get punished for this. Saying this, he starts stitching her wound. Later, when he comes out, his entire house was covered in blood, so first of all, he cleans it up. During that time, he finds the phone and car keys of the man who had come to see the house. Robert drives that car to a different place and parks it there and throws away both his phone and keys so that no one suspects him. Palma regains consciousness at home. Not finding Robert around, she thinks of escaping. She quickly pulls out all the tubes attached to her body and comes out of the bed, but when she sees the view outside, the ground slips from beneath her feet. This is actually not a hospital at all. Rather, this is a house that has been disguised as a hospital. She had just moved a little further when someone came from the darkness and dragged her back inside. When morning comes, we see 2 police officers, Daisy and Sean, talking to each other about how cases of fraud are increasing very much in the city. Actually, Daisy is the same girl who sent that mail to Grazia, which she didn't reply to. She is fully convinced that both of these girls are behind all these things, but she has not been able to gather any evidence yet, which is why she could not take any action. Robert's eyes open by the ringing of the doorbell. He goes outside and finds an officer standing there with a picture of a man in his hand. You must have recognized this man, right? The same one from last night. The officer says that he hasn't been seen anywhere since last night and his phone's last location was tracked near his house. So does he know anything about him? Robert denies it, but mentions that this morning when he came out, there was a red Mercedes parked outside, so he had it towed away to another place. After coming inside, he gets very sad watching some old videos of his wife, which lets us know how lonely he became after her departure. Every moment, he only remembers her. When we look at Palma here, we find out that she has been tied up with chains. She is herself surprised as to why all this is happening to her. She apologizes to Robert, who has brought food for her, but he says that she is sick, which makes her a danger to herself as well as others. So now she needs treatment, and he will do that treatment himself. Hearing these words, Palma gets poor and terrified and begs to be let go. She is completely fine, but he doesn't listen and calls out for Lanny behind him, the same man who had brought her, lifting her up. He gives him permission to do anything with her. On the other side, Grazia finishes her work and is free now, and she calls Palma, but she doesn't pick up the call, though she does reply to the message. During the chat, she calls her to meet, for which she immediately agrees. In the end, she also says, "Love you," so the reply comes from the other side, "Love you too." Seeing this, Grazia's eyes widen. She gets convinced that she is trapped in a big trouble because she never replies to "love you" in text. Instead, she uses emojis. Actually, all these replies are being done by Robert, who wants Grazia to come as well so that he can teach both of them a proper lesson. Until now, the story might be looking quite simple to you, but the scenes coming from here are going to be heart-wrenching. Something is going to happen to these two girls that is completely out of the syllabus. Grazia, sitting at a bar, traps a guy named Ted in her words and persuades him to go for a drive with sweet talk. Here, on the one hand, Palma talks about going to the restroom in the middle of the night. Stomping the ground, she troubles Lanny standing outside, forcing him to come inside and take her to the restroom. When she goes to the restroom, she tries to portray herself as very weak and helpless in front of him and tells him everything that Robert did to her or the things that happened to her in the past. But Lanny just stands there like a statue. It seemed like it didn't make any difference to him at all. When Robert found out, he told Palma that Lanny is his patient and no one knows this. Once he met with a car accident, then he saved his life by performing an operation on his brain, and since then, he doesn't want to go outside at all. He just stays here with him. At the same time, outside we see Grazia, who was with Ted. She lies to him that the house visible across is her sister's husband's, who beats her a lot. She has tried many times to save her somehow, but every time her husband comes to know about it, and then he tortures her even more. So can you do this work for me? Can you bring her out? If you do this, I will do whatever you ask. Ted gets pumped up. This is his biggest mistake. He goes to the gate of the house and starts banging on the gate. Robert knew, but still, he opened the gate, so he barged straight inside and started shouting, "Mooley, where are you? I am your sister's boyfriend. I have come to save you." But there was no Mooley there. Yeah, but Pumpkin was definitely there. Brother Lanny, who is sleeping right now. Robert repeatedly explains to Ted that he lives alone in this house and there is no one else here. But who knows what pill he took? Without thinking anything, he keeps throwing things around. In this, he makes a big mistake. In his excitement, he picks up the picture of Rabica, Robert's wife, and also hurls very bad abuses, then throws the photo away. As soon as this happens, it is as if the stranger awoke inside Robert. He picks up a plate from right there and slashes his neck right away, separating it. When Grazia, standing outside, feels that it is too late now and she will have to go inside herself, she starts going inside through the back way. She had the map of this house beforehand. After entering the code, she came inside, but she forgot that there is a camera at the back too. As soon as she entered, the chained dog started barking, which woke up Brother Pumpkin. Now will be the game of death. Robert reached the back with a knife, but by then Grazia had already gone inside. Lanny had also woken up, and Palma had also freed herself with the help of an object. Later, she comes out taking a tool kept on the table and sits quietly in a place because she hears the sound of Robert coming. She waits for the right moment. As soon as he comes behind her, she attacks his stomach multiple times with that tool. But friends, when the veil is lifted, it turns out that it wasn't Robert, but her own friend who had come to save her. Crying after killing her own friend, Robert arrives right then and supports Grazia, just when Lanny comes from behind and makes Palma unconscious. Later, we find the doctor watching Rabica's old video. It is found out that she also used to be a doctor by profession like him and was engrossed for a long time in a special kind of research which Robert was talking about at the beginning. When he is watching this video, right at that moment, Rabica comes and sits by his side, saying, "You have to do this, not for yourself, but at least for me. Otherwise, you will lose me forever, Robert." Robert says, "This is happening way too much in a hurry," but Rabica provokes him to do that thing. Daisy, who was currently at the police station, had found out where both those girls might actually be and who they had planned to scam recently. She tells about the doctor and says that he is quite famous, so how is it possible that he would give his house on rent when he doesn't lack money? We should go to him. Maybe he has some information. When Palma regained consciousness there, she saw that her two friends, Ted and Grazia, were in front of her, and the doctor was tampering with them. First, he shaved Grazia's head clean, and then very meticulously separated the upper surface of her skull from her head. He did something similar with Ted too. Then, he removes that part from their brain, which has human memories, called the hippocampus. With a lot of wisdom, he separates that part and attaches it to Ted. A short while after that, he regains consciousness. He moves his fingers and also starts walking. Walking along, he goes to Palma and starts talking like Grazia, seeing which everyone is stunned. Palma herself is stunned. How did this become possible? She tells him that he deceitfully killed her because he never liked her. But Palma explains to her that whatever she is thinking, it is not like that. Just then, suddenly Ted's memory returns, and in this, some weird glitch happens, due to which he loses control over himself and starts beating Palma, saying that all girls are the same. Later, Later, he bangs his own open skull against the wall, causing all his brain paste to come out and fall. Meanwhile, the doorbell rings. Both of them have come. Robert's breath stops. Coming from the front, he goes out through the back door and tries to act as if he doesn't know anything at all. Daisy even asks Robert about Mooley, but he denies recognizing her. A few days ago, a girl had come to my house to take it on rent, but her face doesn't match this girl. Daisy also cannot stay at anyone's house for too long, so both of them leave. But somewhere, she has started suspecting Robert now because she saw some things in his house that probably shouldn't have been there. Lanny is now getting Palma ready. He is cutting her hair because her turn is next. Here, when these officers go back, Robert falls into deep thought again when his wife comes to him and says that this work cannot be done by you alone. The last time when you did this thing in the woods, it failed, which is why you need your closest one. Robert understands who she is talking about. He calls Sean and says that he needs to come to his house quickly. Sean is also stunned for a moment as to what urgent work there could possibly be. On the other hand, when Lanny got Palma ready for the operation, she was still trying to trap him in her talk so that she could somehow escape from here, but he doesn't listen to her. Dragging her, he brings her outside, but here, the thing he tells her is something even she couldn't believe. Get out of here, otherwise this man will take another person's life for his wife. Saying this, he hands her the key, but before Palma could run away, he shoots himself. At the sound of the gunshot, Robert immediately runs over, thinking that this act is Palma's, which is why he gets even stricter towards her. He lays her down on that very bed and starts fitting strange kinds of machines into her head. In living condition, he removes the skin from the top of her head. Later, he brings a corpse. When Palma turns her neck, she realizes that this is Rebecca, whom Robert has kept alive until now. In the meantime, Sean arrives outside Robert's house. When he goes inside and looks at the atmosphere of that place, his senses are blown away. He understands everything about what he is actually going to do. That is why, coming outside, he explains to him that the work he is doing is not right. To bring his wife back to life, he cannot take another human's life. Who is this girl? Robert said. This girl is very ill-mannered, and this should be her punishment. If you do this work today, both of our names will be famous in the world. But Sean walks out from there and directly calls the police. However, before he could talk to them, Robert arrives and says that he considered him his brother, but he never thought he would do this. Saying just this, he kills him with a knife, but he had forgotten that the call had reached the police, and now Daisy also knows about this. Meanwhile, the operation starts. Robert does the exact same thing again. As soon as that part of the brain is attached, his wife Rebecca comes back to life, seeing which he is very happy, but the rest of the people had been killed. Meanwhile, the police break open the door and enter the house. When they see the pile of corpses there, they are stunned, but they couldn't catch Robert. This is because he did all these crimes in the side apartment which he had bought without telling anyone. Daisy feels very bad for both those girls because she had been chasing them for years, but today she is seeing them dead. 5 months pass by. Rebecca has completely recovered. She is spending a beautiful life with her husband in a secluded place amidst the mountains. Robert was also happy seeing his wife alive. She brings a drink for him, so Robert takes the drink without turning back, and right in this, Rebecca crushes his neck. She was his wife only by body. In mind, she was none other than that same Palma who had been wanting to take revenge for her friend for months. The meaning was clear. Robert's experiment had failed. He can bring a human back to life, but only their body, not their mind. Seeing him suffer and die slowly right in front of her, she feels very happy. If you ever get a chance to implant someone's memories into your brain, who would be that person whose memories you would want to absorb inside you?